back to show you all how easy it is to make delicious smothered neck bones, GInaYoung style. These neck bones are going to be smothered in a most amazing gravy. And then we're going to set that over a nice fluffy bed of rice. Make sure your hands are impeccably clean. Let's get started with this amazing smothered neck bones, GInaYoung style. Here's the lovely ingredients you will need. I am not using smoked neck bones. These are fresh. Nice, beautiful, fresh neck bones that I have washed off using lemon juice, salt, and cold water. You give them a nice rinse and then you pat them dry. We have some good spices. We're going to be using salt, pepper, garlic and onion powder, and paprika. We will also be using vegetable oil. Your choice of rice. I'm going to make two different types of rice. I'm going to make some white rice, and I'm also going to make a chicken flavored rice today. You're going to need some flour. The flour that I'm using is an all-purpose flour. We got a nice sweet, let's see if the camera can follow me. We have a nice sweet Vidalia onion. We have some beef bouillon powder. We have Sazon. It's going to bring a great color and a beautiful taste to the recipe. And we'll also be using soy sauce and a browning seasoning. It doesn't give flavor, but it gives color to your gravy. Make sure your hands are impeccably clean. Let's get started with this amazing recipe. First thing we want to do right away is go ahead and season. And now these neck bones have been sitting out on the counter for about a half an hour or so. I always like to tell everybody, and mostly every video that I do, is you have to let the chill come off of the meat. And then when you cook it, it's going to turn out nice and beautiful, juicy, and never dry. All right, gorgeous Sazon, get you some. Okay, I hope y'all are having a great Saturday today. I am super excited to share this recipe with you all. If you love neck bones, you're going to live for this recipe. All right, so there's the Sazon. You see how it gives a gorgeous, bright color. We're going to put some salt. Okay, now you can use it or you can choose not to use it. Okay, beautiful. Keep in mind that pork does already have a nice amount of salt naturally in it. Okay, I'm going to go in with some black pepper just like so. And then I'll be seasoning both sides of the meat. There we go. The birds are singing. It's the most beautiful day outside today. We've been outside. We went outside early this morning to do yard work, and the yard is really coming together. It looks beautiful. Let's go ahead and put some paprika. This is not a smoked paprika, okay? It's just regular. I love a good seasoned meat. You hear me? Listen, if you're out there, please don't be afraid to season your meat. Know when you season it good, you give it good flavor. But if you're afraid to season, listen here. I don't know if I want to taste it if it don't have that seasoning that I'm looking for, you know? All right, beautiful. And then we're going to put a nice amount of garlic powder. We'll flip them over and season the other side just like so. Oh, it smells so good right now. Already it smells good. Can you all just see the seasoning on there? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to let that beautiful seasoning kind of seep down into this gorgeous meat for at least 20 minutes. And then we're going to take this lovely meat and put it right into our all-purpose flour, get it nice and dredged, and then we'll shake the flour off. Let's get started. Take your neck bones. Look at that. Oh, Gina, I know. I know what you're thinking. I do. I know what you're thinking. So the purpose for giving this a nice shake off is you want to get the excess flour off, because otherwise any excess flour that's on your meat will just fall to the bottom of your pan and make your oil taste burnt, because that flour that falls to the bottom will burn. And so if you can eliminate it, by all means, by giving it a nice shake just like so before going into the pan, that'll really help you in the long run. Okay, so I'm going to continue to dredge this just like so. And in my wok, I'm going to be using my wok today. It's a stainless steel flat bottom wok. I'm going to heat the oil up to 350 degrees, and I want to deep fry these babies just like so. They're going to taste like, oh my goodness, they're going to taste like heaven. How about that? I think that's the right word. I happen to have some lovely fresh broccoli in the refrigerator, and I want to go ahead and get it cooked up. So that'll be the vegetable of choice today. And honestly, I'm just going to steam it. I'm going to steam that broccoli. We're going to season it up with some chicken bouillon powder, a little bit of butter, just like so, and it will be lovely. Just make sure when you're cooking broccoli, never overcook it. That's like one of the worst things you can do. Now, if I'm making like a broccoli and cheese with a cheese sauce, I don't mind if I overcook the broccoli. But if it's not going in the sauce, make sure your broccoli is not overcooked. If I can just show you something real quick. Take a look at this neck bone. This neck bone has a ton of meat on it. When you are shopping for your neck bones, be sure that you don't get all bones. It's possible that you can pick up a pack that has all bones and no meat. So I always like to feel the pack. Feel the pack, touch the pack of meat. And make sure that there's meat on the bone. You know, you don't want the neck bones that ain't got barely no meat on it. Then you'll be upset, you know. I have to tell you that. I feel like when you're smothering something, you must use onions. I mean, like some of the best gravy have a nice sauteed onion in there, brings in the great flavor, a little bit of texture, you know, kind of give you that umami, make them say, ooh, mommy, where'd she get this recipe from? Be sure to tell them GInaYoung. Okay, so I have a nice, beautiful, sweet Vidalia onion. We're going to slice that baby, okay? Just slice it. You can dice it if you want, okay? And like I said, it brings so much flavor if you like onions. Now I know there's going to be some people out there that say, Gina, I don't like onions. Well, if you don't, then don't use it for the recipe. You can still enjoy it, okay? Beautiful onions. But I'll tell you the perfect time to put this in. I'm waiting on my oil to heat up. Because I'm using so much oil, it can take a while. So while we wait, let's go ahead and cut up our beautiful broccoli. And I'm going to be cutting off most of the stem. Okay, just like so, and then I can break the florets off, or you can chop them down in such a manner. Beautiful. My husband is waiting with anticipation. He loves this recipe. And you know what? Remember I said I was just going to make the broccoli regular? I do think that he wants a cheese broccoli. So if that's what he wants, I'm going to give him exactly what he wants, because I love my baby and I love to spoil him. He deserves, you know, what he's looking for. If he doesn't want plain broccoli, I'm going to make the cheese broccoli for him. Because usually I wouldn't do like a gravy, you know, and then like a cheese sauce on the vegetable. But since he wants that, we're going to go ahead and make it happen today. We have our rice cooking for 25 minutes. Here is our oil. It's nice and hot. I did have to take a couple minutes and cool the oil down a little bit. Beautiful. Look at that sizzle. Oh, are you kidding me? Wow, you can smell it already. Look at that. I may have to do 2 batches, but it's okay. We got all the time in the world. All right? It's always worth waiting on the recipe that, you know, can possibly take some time, or if you have to do a couple of batches, it's worth the wait, trust me. Take a look at these two. So we're outside right now. And I thought the dogs had to use the restroom. There they go, look at that. And there they go. And they're off. So we did get some beautiful yard work done today, and I'm super excited how everything's coming along. Remember I told you we're working on a couple of things, so now you can really see the edging and how the mulch and the lights and landscaping is coming together right here in this area. We've been working really hard on this area. My husband's been lifting the heavy rocks and the mulch and the bricks, and, you know, making good decisions for what we wanted to do back here. So it turned out really good. I told my husband, I said, baby, you got the best taste, whether it's clothes or whatever. He does. All right, are you guys ready? You all done? Are you done? Let's go. We got food to check on. Come on. look, right through the landscaping. Oh my goodness, look at him go. In the meantime, between time, we have our lovely neck bones frying up. The whole house smells amazing. The windows are open, and I know the neighbors are saying, what are they cooking over there? Because it smells so good. I know they can smell it through the screen windows. All right, we have our rice going, and the last thing that we'll cook is the broccoli. Okay, so in this pan here, I have cooking oil. I'm using vegetable oil, and the same flour that I used to dredge the meat, I will be using this same flour to make a roux. You always use equal parts flour, equal parts roux. Mix the two together until it gets somewhat of a thick consistency. At no point of making gravy ever do you want for it to be really thick like plaster. Okay, so once it gets nice and stirrable, it'll begin to turn a little dark in color, and you want that raw flavor to cook off, which takes about 4 minutes of cooking the flour. Then we can begin to either put broth in to start the gravy or water. In our case, I'm using water. I got a pitcher of water, okay? And then our seasoning, we're using some soy sauce because it tastes good. Keep in mind it does have salt in it. You can use low sodium or you can completely leave it out. I'm using this because it brings great color to the gravy, okay? And some beef bouillon never hurt nobody. It's just going to give you some great flavor. Not chicken, but beef bouillon. Okay, so as soon as the oil gets hot, we're going to put equal parts flour right in. Use a whisk, and I'll show you the consistency you're looking for. Our oil is nice and hot. Let's begin. See, I can eyeball mine, right? But if you're not sure how to eyeball equal parts, then you're going to want to measure how much oil you have in your pan, how much flour you're putting in, okay? And then I'm going to take my whisk here, whisk the two together just like so, and in the next clip, I'll show you what consistency you're looking for, because you don't, come a little closer. You don't want this to be too thick. Take a look at this. There's the consistency that I'm looking for. Gorgeous. And you can see that it's not white anymore. It has begun to turn a beautiful color there, okay? So what I'm going to do, I'll turn the heat down for now. Let's begin to put some onions in, believe it or not. Oh, right into there. Or you could saute the onions before you make the roux in just the oil, okay? Look at that. Well, let it cook up just for a little bit. It doesn't have to cook long, because remember, those onions will steep in that amazing gravy and they'll finish getting cooked as everything simmers and smothers together. Look at that. Can you imagine the flavor that the onions is putting into the gravy right now? Yes, I can imagine. Now, we're going to season with a little tiny bit of salt. We're going to put black pepper. That's my timer for my rice, letting me know that the rice is ready. Let's put a little bit of garlic powder, just like so. A little bit of onion powder, absolutely, and a nice amount of it. Are you kidding me? Oh, oh wee! All right, and then we're going to put the beef bouillon powder. I'm going to use a packet and a half, okay? Season to your liking, all right? I may use a little less than a half a pack, okay? Beautiful. There's great seasoning going on right there. And then we're going to put some soy sauce, not a whole lot. Just a little bit. Mix that. And now we're going to begin to put in our liquid. It can be beef broth, vegetable broth, right? Chicken broth, water in our case. I need to scoot the camera back so you're going to get a further view. Let's see if the camera can. There we go. You always stir and pour, stir and pour, stir and pour. In the beginning, it will definitely feel like you did something wrong. But as long as you keep stirring, you'll get that gravy consistency. And once you see it, you can stop pouring in your liquid. Beautiful. Oh, it smells good already. When it comes to gravy, I like to start off making it just a little thin. Okay, not too thin. Reason why is because it will naturally thicken up on you as it simmers with the neck bones, and we want for our neck bones to simmer for a while in this lovely gravy, right? So they can get nice and tender. So I like to make it a little bit thin, and as long as it's gonna simmer, it'll thicken back up. Come look at the consistency. Oh, Gina, are you kidding me? And it's gorgeous. So now if you want to make your gravy nice and a little bit darker, go ahead and put the kitchen bouquet in. Not too much, not too much. Just a little bit will really help you. Look at that already, wow. We're going to taste our gravy, and then after we taste the gravy, we will go over to our neck bones and take out the ones that are cooked. I was able to put the other ones into the pan as the other ones shrunk down. So now let's taste it. Oh my goodness, I couldn't be more excited to taste it. So you know what you're feeding to your family. Oh my goodness. Ooh, it tastes good. It tastes magnificent. Let's take a look at these neck bones, because I just have to put this out there. My husband has been known to eat the neck bones just like this. They're fully cooked, they're crispy, they're juicy, flavorful, right? So you can serve them just like that, but since we are smothering them, if the camera can please follow me. Great. Hold on, I'm trying to get a great view for you all. We're going to smother them. Okay, there we go. Get nestled right down in there just like so. Come on, get in there. Oh my goodness, are you kidding me? I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you. Feel free to put a lid on. It will help them to smother. Get nice and tender, just like so. Oh my goodness. Cover everything with the gravy, or you can just nestle this part. Have fun with this recipe. Guaranteed your family and friends is going to love it, especially if you have family members that like to kind of suck on bones, like, you know, chicken and pork bones. This is the recipe for you. Make it some. Our broccoli is cooking up. Look at this. Oh, wee. This is what you call some good eating. This is perfect for a lovely Saturday, and I think we may eat outside in the backyard. Just lay a blanket out, sit in the middle of the yard, and just enjoy some smothered neck bones, GInaYoung style. How about it? Can we just take a peek in at our smothered neck bones, GInaYoung style? Look at that. Only thing that our rice is done. It's done. Only thing I'm waiting on is the broccoli to be done, and we can serve this. If you all enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. Tell the world about GInaYoung. Lord, I thank you for feeding us today in Jesus Christ's name. Amen. Look at, hold on. Oh, amen, amen, amen. Oh my. What? Wee. Our broccoli and cheese is done. Look at the sauce. Oh, look at the sauce. Never use shredded cheese for your, I like to use American cheese because it gives you a creamy sauce. Look at that. God bless. Good night.